Some of the most mind-blowing details I've ever captured with a camera came from this lens. It's tiny, it screws onto the front of your taking lens, and suddenly you're seeing the world like never before. If you're into photo or video, and you've ever thought that macro was out of reach, the NiSi Close-Up Lens changes that. This little lens is basically the shortcut to the world of macro, without the pain of spending over $1,000 on a new lens that is very specific. And I know that there are budget diopters on the market, but they're known for being soft on the edges and having weird colors, and I don't want to deal with that. I've got clean clinical glass that I want to be able to shoot sharp and clean clinical images with, and if I need to make stylistic choices in post, I will. The kit includes a lens, step-down rings, lens caps for the front and back of the lens, and a travel case, everything you need. It's super compact, and it's even small enough to throw into your bag whether you're heading out for a nature shoot or filming something abstract indoors. It's the kind of tool that earns its place in your toolkit just after one use. Optically, it's solid. Double optical glass, aprochromatic design, multi-nano coating, and if you're like me, you don't know what that means. But it means that there will be minimal chromatic aberrations, no fringing, and clean contrast even in high contrast scenes. So that means that you get to spend less time fixing things in post and more time creating. Before we continue, I want to talk about another tool that has seriously upped my storytelling game, and that's the music from audio.com. I've used their music in my most recent videos, and honestly, it makes a huge difference. Good music pulls people in, it shapes the mood, and the catalog of music found on audio.com nails that without sounding like generic stock music. The thing that I like the most, though, is the Audio Pro plan, which gives you everything: music, sound effects, and all of this can be used for client work. And if you're the one and done type like myself, they've got the lifetime music subscription. And that means that you never have to worry about licensing again. Seriously, one payment, that's it. Forever access. It's kind of wild, and that's what I chose for myself. So do yourself a favor, head over to audio.com or use the link in the description. It's an affiliate code, and if you use it, you're going to be helping me keep this channel moving. So thank you for that. Mounting the close-up lens is as simple as threading on a filter. The 77mm version that I have here comes standard with 2 step-down rings, and those are 67 and 72mm step-down rings respectively. NiSi says that the close-up lens works best on the 70 to 300mm telephoto lenses, and spoiler alert, autofocus does work. And that was something that I actually had a lot of trouble finding out when I was trying to decide if I wanted to buy this lens for myself. So, you're welcome. I've been pairing my close-up lens with my 70 to 200 G Master, and that's been giving me a working distance of 22 to 30 centimeters. And with that range, it gives me room to position lights and shape depth of field and really work at isolating my subject without really compromising any sharpness, which is pretty amazing. With some macro lenses, you're able to work closer than that, and it can force you into awkward setups and potentially casting shadows on your scenes. And this just allows me to have macro level detail without necessarily needing the macro level of control for the environments that I'm working with, as I'm new to macro photography and videography. At around 200mm, you're hitting nearly 1-to-1 magnification, and that's real macro territory. Whether you're shooting product B-roll, organic textures, or abstract visuals, this gives you the ability to create tight, immersive shots that make you stand out from the crowd without investing over $1,000 into a dedicated macro lens. It's small, it's easy to use, and the image quality is fantastic. So how much does it cost? At the time of filming this video, this lens is retailing for 180 Canadian dollars. And it's more expensive than the diopter sets that you can find on Amazon, but it is also less expensive than a new dedicated macro lens, which will run you somewhere between $1,000 to $1,200. For me, this is the perfect middle of the road option, and I think the value proposition is undeniable because you're able to capture a completely different perspective. And I've been using it quite a bit in my personal work on YouTube here. My last 2 videos that have done well are Unseen and Winter's Touch, and both of them are exclusively shot on the NiSi Close-Up Lens, and I've really loved the quality that's come out of it. But I've also been using it quite a bit in my client work, and it allows me to capture textures of fabrics and really gets those up-close shots of water beating up on the waterproof fabric. That's something that is really hard to capture without something like the NiSi Close-Up Lens. And I've also been using it quite a bit in my photography workflow as well. And all of those images are available in my print store. If you want to see the detail for yourself and maybe hang it up on your wall, head on over to CaseyBryantJones.com. The link is down in the description below. If you're serious about capturing the kinds of visuals that stop people mid-scroll, whether it's stills or motion, the NiSi Close-Up Lens is easily one of the most cost-effective upgrades you can make as a creator. It is truly one of those rare tools that expands what your existing gear can do.